Welcome back to Golden Rule Wisdom, where we uncover the timeless truths that guide us toward a life of purpose. In a dusty village forgotten by time lived a young man named Arjun, whose spirit was brighter than his circumstances. Though poverty clung to his family like a shadow, Arjun possessed a quiet strength that few could see or understand. He watched his parents struggle daily, their faces etched with worry, and he vowed to change their destiny through running. Running was not just a sport for him, it was his escape, his hope, and his only path to glory. He was not the most talented athlete in the district, nor did he have the best gear or professional training, but what he lacked in resources he made up for with an unyielding consistency that burned fiercely within his heart. Day after day, he pushed his body to the limit, dreaming of standing on the podium and making his father proud. However, dreams are often tested by harsh reality, and for 2 long years victory remained just out of his reach. In every local competition, despite his best efforts, he found himself trailing behind, watching others claim the medals and glory. Defeat became a familiar, bitter taste, and the hope in his heart began to dim with every loss he endured. The villagers began to whisper, and his peers mocked him, telling him to stop chasing a foolish and impossible dream. "Why do you run?" they asked, "when you are destined to be nothing more than a poor boy from nowhere?" Doubt began to creep into his mind, weighing him down heavier than the poverty he was so desperate to escape. He remembered his father's toil and felt a sharp pang of guilt for pursuing a path that seemed so fruitless. Yet he refused to quit just yet, gathering every ounce of courage to sign up for one more local race. The day of the race was stormy, the track turned to mud, making every step a battle against the elements. He was doing well until disaster struck. His foot slipped on the wet earth and he crashed down in pain. Lying in the mud, watching others sprint away, something inside him finally broke, and tears mixed with the falling rain. He returned home, broken and defeated, ready to accept that he was simply not meant for greatness or success. The next morning, he sat under an old tree, ready to bury his dreams forever and accept a normal life. An old farmer who had watched the boy train for years approached him with a gentle smile and wise eyes. He sat beside the dejected boy and pointed to a tall green bamboo grove swaying gracefully in the gentle wind. "Do you see that bamboo?" the old man asked, his voice calm and soothing, like a river flowing over stones. "When you plant the seed, nothing happens for 5 years, no matter how much you water or nurture the soil. For 5 long years there is no sign of life above the ground, and people might think the seed died, but underneath a massive root system is developing, spreading deep and wide to support the magnificent growth that is coming. Then in the 5th year, the bamboo shoots up, growing 80 feet into the sky in just 6 short weeks. It did not grow 80 feet in 6 weeks. It grew over 5 years plus 6 weeks of hidden preparation." Arjun looked at the old man, realization dawning on him like the morning sun breaking through the dark storm clouds. "You are not failing, my son. You are simply building your roots so you can sustain the success coming your way." With a renewed spirit, Arjun returned to the track, not to win instantly, but to strengthen his roots every day. He stopped worrying about the results and fell in love with the process, refining his form and controlling his breath. He ran through the rain with a smile, knowing that every storm was just water for his deep, growing roots. His body grew stronger, his mind became sharper, and the whispers of the villagers no longer affected his inner peace. He studied the sport, learned strategy, and prepared himself mentally for the moment his growth would finally break the surface. 6 months passed and the district championship was announced, a race that would decide who went to the sports academy. Arjun signed his name on the list, his hand steady, his heart beating with the rhythm of quiet, confident anticipation. The stadium was packed, the energy was electric, and the best runners from the entire region were gathered to compete. He closed his eyes at the starting line, visualizing the bamboo roots deep in the earth, anchoring him to power. The silence before the gun was deafening, a moment suspended in time where destiny waited for the brave to act. Bang! The gun fired, and the runners exploded forward, a wave of human energy surging down the dusty orange track. In the first lap, Arjun did not panic. He stayed in the middle pack, conserving his energy for the end. Others sprinted ahead, burning their energy too fast, trying to prove their worth before the race was even half done. As the final bell rang, Arjun unleashed the power he had been building for years, his legs moving like pistons. He passed the third runner, then the second, his breath controlled, his form perfect, just like the bamboo standing tall. Only one rival remained ahead, the distance closing with every heartbeat, the crowd roaring as the underdog surged forward. He remembered the ridicule, the falls, the mud, and the bamboo, channeling every memory into one final explosive burst. With a roar of triumph, Arjun crossed the line first, leaving his past failures behind in the dust of victory. He raised his hands to the sky, not just a winner of a race, but a master of his destiny. His father ran to him, tears streaming down his face, hugging the son who had finally made their dreams reality. In the distance, the old farmer smiled, knowing that the bamboo had finally shot up to touch the glorious sky. The gold medal around his neck was heavy, but it was lighter than the burden of doubt he had carried. Arjun secured his place at the sports academy, proving that where you start does not dictate where you will finish. Like the bamboo, he had spent years building a foundation that could support the height of his incredible new success. This story reminds us that great things take time, and unseen progress is still progress that matters in the end. If you are working hard but seeing no results, do not despair, for you are simply in your rooting phase. Your efforts are compounding beneath the surface, building the character and strength you will need for your future breakthrough. Do not let the silence of the soil fool you into thinking that your seed has died or been forgotten. Keep watering your dreams with consistency. Keep nurturing your skills with patience, and trust the timing of your unique life. Most people quit just moments before their miracle happens because they cannot see the roots growing deep in the dark. Be like Arjun, who understood that the race is not won in a day, but in the years of preparation. Every overnight success you see is actually the result of years of invisible hard work, sacrifice, and relentless consistency. Consistency is the water that cuts through the rock, not by force, but by its persistence over a long time. Your time will come, and when it does, you will soar higher than you ever imagined possible in your dreams. Patience is not simply waiting. It is the ability to keep a good attitude while working hard for your dreams. Persistence is the discipline to get up one more time than you have been knocked down by the challenges of life. And faith is believing in the harvest while you are still watering the empty ground and seeing no visible results. Let the story of the bamboo be your guide whenever you feel like giving up on your own personal journey. Your roots are growing, your foundation is strengthening, and your season of rapid growth is just around the corner. Stay consistent, stay patient, and trust the process, for the greatest victories are reserved for those who never quit. Write your own story of resilience, and let your life be a testament to the incredible power of unwavering consistency. We would love to hear about your struggles and your victories, so please share your bamboo story in the comments. If this story inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wisdom and motivation. Thank you for watching Golden Rule Wisdom. Remember to water your roots today, and we will see you next time.